Hey bookworms, it's Jade from Bedtime Bookworm. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a type of video called In My Library. It's basically a book haul but full of library books. I first saw this type of video on Hope Ortego's channel, and I'm pretty sure she got the idea from someone else. As some of you may know, I don't buy a whole lot of books, and most of the books that I read come from the library. That's why you don't really see a lot of hauls on my channel. Last week I got a lot of books from the library and I really wanted to talk about them, so I thought this would be a great way to do it. So basically I'm just going to show you the books that I got from the library recently and tell you why I got them. I also need a little bit of help prioritizing these because I got a lot of books and I don't have time to read them all, and so I need your help to figure out which ones I should start with. I'm going to start with the two books that I know I'm going to read. So the first book that I want to talk about is Slasher Girls and Monster Boys. This is actually an anthology, which is a collection of short stories. I needed to read one to finish my bookish bingo for the year. It's the only spot on the card that I haven't been able to fill is an anthology. I don't read a lot of anthologies. And I knew that this one existed and it sounded perfect for October, and I was in a very Halloween mood, so I went ahead and picked this one up and started it. You can tell from the rest of this library haul that I'm definitely in a mood because they're all kind of Halloween books. The next book I'm going to mention is also one that I am positive I'm going to read this month, and that is The Curse of the Wendigo by Rick Yancey. This is the second book in the Monstrumologist series. I read the first book, The Monstrumologist, last October, and I really enjoyed it. It's full of monsters and really creepy, and I'm really looking forward to reading this next installment. I think I'm going to make a tradition of reading one of the books in the series every October because there's at least two more, I think. And now on to the books that I am interested in reading, and so I picked up from the library, but I don't know if I'm actually going to read them. So these are the ones that I'm going to need your opinion on. I also picked up Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. This is a new release from Jay Kristoff that came out just within the past few months. A lot of people have been talking about it. I don't know that much about it. I just know it's a high fantasy. I think it's adult. It's about a girl who goes to an assassin's academy, and I know that it's supposed to be kind of like gory and lots of murder and stuff. I picked it up because a lot of people are talking about it and I want to know what the fuss is about. This is pretty high on my TBR, so I think I'll get to it this month. Okay, I changed my angle a little bit because I was kind of running out of room on my bookshelf here, which might be a problem because I have a lot more books to talk about, so we'll see. The next one I want to talk about is called I Remember You by, I'm going to butcher this name, Ursa Sigurðardóttir. You can see how it's spelled right here. I don't want to butcher it and I don't want to pause to go look it up right now. I picked up this book because a couple really good bookish friends of mine have recommended it multiple times over the past couple of years. It's supposed to be really, really scary, and I've been putting off reading it. I went ahead and checked it out from the library, so now I don't really have a good excuse not to read it. That's better. The next book I want to talk about is Birdbox by Josh Malerman. This was also recommended to me by some friends online who really like to read thrillers and scary books, and it's supposed to be good, but I don't know that much about it. So if you read it, let me know what you thought about it down below. The next book I want to talk about is Feed by Mira Grant. This is the first book in the Feed series, trilogy, not sure. It's a series that I've heard a lot about. It's about zombies. That's pretty much all I know. It's a zombie series, but what I've heard is that this series is really good because it's about a lot more than just the zombies. It's like a deeper philosophical book, but I don't really know. So if you've read it, let me know down below what you think and if you think I should prioritize it or not. The next book that I got from the library recently is called The Creeping by Alexander Serrari. I don't know much about this other than it's a creepy book and it's YA and people recommended it, so I checked it out. If you've read it, let me know what you thought and if you think I should read it. I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over. The next book that I checked out from the library is 172 Hours on the Moon. This is by Johan Harstad, and I think it's about aliens on the moon. This book has repeatedly come up whenever I ask for like scary or creepy YA recommendations on Twitter, and this one has been recommended by lots of people, so I figured I would check it out. I haven't read a whole lot of like scary alien books, so I think it would be interesting, but if you've read it, let me know. And then the last book I'm going to talk about in this In My Library video is 10 by Gretchen McNeil. So I actually have a reason for picking this up. I went to a book signing earlier this year that included Victoria Schwab, Marie Lu, and Gretchen McNeil. Before I went to that book signing, I hadn't heard of Gretchen McNeil before or any of her books, and at the book signing she talked about how she mostly writes YA thrillers, and she talked about this one and a couple of her other books, and I left that signing telling myself that I wanted to read one of her books this October. So when I was at the library and I saw that this one was available, I went ahead and picked it up because I said I would read one of her books in October, so here it is. That being said, it's not really that high on my list of all of these books that I've talked about because there's a lot of them that I want to get to, and I don't really know much about this one or if people thought it was good or not. So if you've read it, let me know down below. As you can see, I checked out a lot of books from the library last week. This is actually not all the books that I have out from the library right now. I have a few more that I had checked out before. I checked out all of these Halloween themed books. Those other ones are going kind of on the back burner for a little while because I'm more interested in reading these than I am in reading those. But like I said, there's a lot of books and I definitely can't read them all this month. There's probably a good chance that I'm going to continue reading Halloween themed books through November if my mood continues. If my mood changes and I decide I don't want to read these creepy books anymore, then I can always switch it up. Go ahead and leave your recommendations down below in the comments if you've read any of them or if any of them are just ones that you've always wanted to read. Let me know and then I can try to prioritize them based on what I think I might like. Basically, I'm very indecisive and I need help. That's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bookworms, keep reading. Bye! I first saw this type of video on Hope from Hope Ortega's channel, The Monstromologist by Rick Yu. The Curse of the Wendigo, and it's supposed to be because a couple really good friends of I don't know, maybe philosophical That's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!